Hey, what's up, YouTube? My name's William Spencer, or as I go by, Willie Spence as well. Pocket Shots. I wanted to make my first video, a first little introduction video. I'm very new to YouTube here. I've never really been that much of a social media guy, but I would like to share my story of addiction management and escaping a 16-year smoking addiction, heavy daily cannabis use, and cigarettes as well. You know, it's a difficult life that we live, and I think a lot of people might be able to find something in my experience, so I'd like to share that. On April 20th of this year, 2026, I was diagnosed with stage 2 squamous cell carcinoma of the tongue cancer, for lack of a better term, and it was in direct correlation to my smoking habits over the last decade and a half, 16 plus years or so. And I just wanted to start there. I wanted to explain what I've been through in the last 3 months, having gone through major surgery, receiving a scary diagnosis, and going into that surgery only 8 days after receiving the diagnosis. And on top of that, like I said, receiving diagnosis on 4/20 for a smoking related cancer is quite a universal level of comedy, you know. So as you can see, I have a large scar on my neck. I had a partial glossectomy, so I lost the whole right side of my tongue. I had a neck dissection. I had a radial forearm free flap on my left arm, and I had a split thickness thigh skin graft taken from my left thigh to cover my left arm. The tissue that they took from my left arm was used to rebuild my tongue. Pretty insane, to be honest, and I'm very grateful. I'm very humbled for the medical staff and the Canadian medical healthcare system. I understand everybody has different experiences with it, but as I'll explain more throughout my upcoming videos, I've had quite a extensive history and experience with the Canadian medical system, and so I'm very grateful for what it is and where I am. You know, I'm only 46 days out from surgery. I had surgery on April 28th. Today is June 12th, so it's certainly not that long, and considering I'm out here and walking around, I'm ambulatory, I'm speaking, I'm making videos, I feel quite blessed and quite humbled to be where I am. It's quite the milestone to be hitting so far. And I believe my positivity and my optimism and just pure resilience have been major factors in helping me keep my head above water through this experience, you know, and being able to clear my lungs out. No pun intended, you know. I'm 56 days sober as of today. It's the first time in my adult life that I have been sober for this long, and it's genuinely very exciting. So I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit of what smoking meant to me and what the addiction of smoking really boiled down to in my life. The biggest thing I'm using right now is athleticism and physical fitness. I've always been a very athletic guy, and in the later video I'll get into how major traumatic injuries kind of pushed me into what you call athlete identity disorder, or even just identity disorder in general. But hurting myself pushed me out of being athletic and caused me to heavily rely on smoking and altering my reality through chemical use. And that's something I'll touch very deeply on. It's something that has made a big impact in my life, whether it be negative or not, you know. And right now I am diligently working towards returning to cycling. I've been an avid cyclist throughout my whole life, despite injuries. I grew up riding BMX bikes, riding mountain bikes. You know, I idolized the guys from the New World Disorder series. idolized a lot of BMX riders. You know, some of them are still around today, and it's something that for a long time I thought I wasn't capable of. But in the last couple of years, I've come to realize I am still capable of it. So I'm using that goal to get back onto cycling and get back onto riding my Norco mountain bikes. That's my ultimate North Star goal right now. There's plenty more to come, honestly, really. I don't even know where to begin all the videos, and I'm a little nervous filming these. It's all very new to me. I'm just hoping that there might be something insightful or something touching that reaches somebody else. And I'm hoping that I can relay that through these videos. And I promise that there will be a lot more coming. I'm very early into my recovery from cancer surgery. There's a lot going on in my life right now. It's very busy. It's very emotionally taxing, mentally and physically taxing. But I'm going to try and record as much of it and share as much of it as I can. And it's mostly going to be as raw and unfiltered and unedited as possible. So, you know, whatever you see on these videos that's the me, that's the real me. Nothing changes, nothing's altered in post. This is pretty much just going to be hit record and post, and that's going to be it. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I'm sure my videos will they'll get better over time, so just bear with me, please. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening to my story. That's going to be all for today, but I hope you all have a beautiful day. It's Friday, June 12th. It's coming up on 7 p.m. I hope everybody has a beautiful weekend. Catch you guys later.